Now in this video, I am going to discuss the short questions. Again, you will watch and listen to the video very carefully, and you have to do this question and answers in your notebooks after listening and watching to the video attentively. Okay, now moving on to the first question. To what is the bird's movement compared? What is the basis for the comparison? Now we have already discussed this question many a times. To what is the bird's movement compared? The bird's movement is compared to a lizard. The glossy movement of both the bird and the lizard is the basis for their comparison. Is the basis of comparison. The goldfinch is sleek as a lizard, alert and abrupt. This is the answer of this question. Second, why is the image of engine evoked by the poet? As soon as the goldfinch comes and sits at the branch end and enters the thickness like a lizard, a machine starts up of chitterings and tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is like the engine of her family. Third, what do you like the most about the poem? Yes, what do you like the most about the poem? I'm going to tell you my views that what do I like most about the poem. The best thing about the poem is that it portrays the power of love. It shows how a tree was standing silent, quiet and still in the beginning of in the first stanza, and as soon as the goldfinch flies and sits on the end of the branch, suddenly a life comes into this tree. It starts trembling. There are trillings in the tree. So this is the best part about the poem, that a tree which was standing quiet and still came back to life because of the love of the goldfinch. So this is the answer. What does the phrase her barred face identity mask means? Now what does the phrase her barred face identity mask mean? Yes, I will give you the answer. The goldfinch is yellow in color. It can only be identified by a black mark on its head. So this black mark is like the bird's identity. The bird can only be recognized by this black mark when it is sitting on the end of the branch of laburnum tree. Yes. Question number 5. How does the poet Ted Hughes portray the arrival of goldfinch on the end of the laburnum tree? The poet Ted Hughes tells us that the goldfinch comes and sits at the end of the branch with a twitching chirp. There is suddenness. Its arrival is marked by suddenness and startlement. This is the answer of this question, and you will listen to this, watch this and write it very carefully in your notebooks. What happened when the goldfinch enters the thickness? Yes, when the goldfinch enters the thickness, a machine starts up of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. full stop. The whole tree trembles and thrills. This is the answer. This happens, yes, do you agree with me or not? When the goldfinch enters the thickness, this is what happens to the tree. Last question. How does the goldfinch depart from the laburnum tree? Yes, the answer to this question is the goldfinch departs from the laburnum tree with airy, delicate whistle chirp whisperings. Yes, answer with airy, delicate whistle chirp whisperings. The goldfinch departs from the laburnum tree with airy, delicate whistle chirp whisperings. So this is the answer of this question. So I've discussed all the short questions and I've also discussed the RTCs with you, which you are supposed to write in your notebooks. And next worksheet, as you can see, is of, I will not show this in this video, but I have already discussed in the video, in one of the videos, the poetic devices. Those poetic devices also you are supposed to write in your notebooks at the end after short questions. I hope I am absolutely clear to you, and you will complete your notebooks side by side. Thank you and have a nice day.